What's your favorite smell? Fresh lilacs. When winter finally ends and the air warms up enough to smell food from restaurants when walking downtown, Maui, which is a mixture of peacocky flower and ocean, my boyfriend's t-shirt at the end of the day. The state of Vermont, like pine trees, clean sheets dried outside on a sunny day, and dozens more that I can't remember right now. I was driving along the coast in Galway, Ireland. It was my first time being overseas. I'm from the US. It was a cool evening. I had the window down and I smelled the burning of peat in the various houses I was passing. The most incredible smell I've ever experienced. Gasoline, fumes that alter your mind when inhaled as a drug. Also highly cultivated indoor cannabis with a good earthy terpene profile including limonene and pinene. Oh yeah, and as others have said, my farts and my balls because I'm a boy and look gross. My wife, I love the way that she smells literally always. No, I am not a kid or something, I have been friends with her since kindergarten and we are almost 50. I just love her and the way she smells too. The smell of my husband when he gets out of the shower and climbs in bed. Or, just as equally, cuddling my baby after she gets out of the bath before bed. Both are heaven for different reasons. Combo of sandalwood and cigarettes. Smells like my late father. I'll very rarely walk by someone who smells like this, and it hits me like a ton of bricks with nostalgia. Nature in the fall or after a nice rain. Just taking a big deep breath and inhaling the wonderful smell and feeling the clean cool air in my lungs is great. The smell of oil is pretty good. If anyone had an older furnace with an oil tank and lifted the cap for a quick huff, well, that would blast you off nicely. An elderly folks' home. Something about the stale air, antiques caked with dust, and some type of food in the oven brings some weird sense of comfort. Taking off the lid of a freshly cooked mutton biryani. My wife makes big batches of granola at home regularly. The maple nutty smell of the house while it's baking is the best. It's the smell of incense used at masses in Catholic churches. I haven't been to one in decades, but I can still recall it. I used to go to a taco stand in Nashville, and you could smell their smoker from like half a mile away on a windy day. Thanksgiving morning. The smell of onions, sausage, rosemary, and coffee brewing. I miss those times with my parents. When you're going to bone your woman doggy style, I like to catch a whiff first. I love that turn on musk smell. Flowering marijuana. The smells they produce while still on the plant is 100x better than any dry buds in a jar. Sawdust. Reminds me of when I was younger and my dad would work on our basement. Was a better time in our lives. Inside of a walk-in cooler, weirdly enough. Something about the cardboard and cold air just smells so good to me. Cinnamon. I get so disappointed when I actually taste the cinnamon and it tastes nothing like the smell. Apple cinnamon. I bake a mean apple crumble and the smell that permeates through the apartment. Machine shop oil. Grease, heat, filth, hot tank steam, and pneumatic tools. Nothing better. Calvin Klein 1. It was a great cologne a girl named Joanna recommended and I love it. See, the smell of the cornmeal burning when you load a peel of fresh bagels into a deck oven. Freshly baked bread, washing powder, I wanna eat it, petrol, glue stick, nail varnish. My nut toddler's head loved it even more as an infant newborn, but it's just so good. I have 3. The chipper. When ye open a spice bag box and when ye walk into a Supermax. Orange blossom. Grew up living next to an orange grove so the smell is nostalgic. Young Living lime essential oil, wild jasmine, high octane race gas. 1 2 3. Back when I had a wife, it was the smell of her fresh out of the shower. The smell of baby bottle rubber tops being boiled. It has a sweet smell. Bamboo air freshener. Could use tips for buying if anyone has them. Summer rain. Gardenia. Morning coffee. Bacon. Chanel No. 5. Autumn leaves. My shirt after cuddling or sleeping in someone else's bed with them. The natural smell of my ex-wife. God, that woman is intoxicating. Women's feet after they just did an 8-hour shift on their feet. The smell of fire candles is just calming for me for no reason. Whatever smell is in the Disney ride Pirates of the Caribbean. Freshly ground coffee, freshly roasted coffee is also great. Apple and cinnamon. I find it to be particularly comforting. Lemongrass, and that autumn smell, musk and burning leaves. KFC, smiley face, not the actual food though it's low-key rotten. ESP UK. School bus exhaust brings me back to the good old days. A little strange, but my favorite smell is moldy bread. Vicks VapoRub, the superior smell of clear breathing. Either basil or wet dirt when it just started to rain. When the sun hits the pine during a walk in the forest. New electronics smell, new car smell. New baby smell. Cracking a fresh pack of the original Pokemon cards. The perfume my high school sweetheart used to wear.